today we're going to be swatching all my green eyeshadows, and as you can see, it's really not that many. I went to go pull all of my green eyeshadows for a St. Patrick's Day look and realized I don't have that many green eyeshadows. So I don't typically reach for green, though I do like it. I typically reach for more neutral colors, and when I play with color, I often go more for like purples and blues. So all of these palettes here have some green in them, but none of them are green palettes either. So everything here you see is cruelty-free and vegan. We're going to open them up, see which green shadows we have, and then decide from there what St. Patrick's Day look we should do. So let's start with this Christmas Morning palette. All right, so we'll start here with the Christmas Morning palette. And I have used this in a previous video, and I even used the green Gifts Galore color here in that video. But if you did see that video, you might have noticed that the shift on it, it's the multi-chrome, and it shifts a lot to red. So it actually doesn't appear super green on the eye. So I'm going to go ahead and swatch Gifts Galore and Under the Tree, and we'll see what they look like. So here we go is Gifts Galore. And you can see it's really got a red shift to it. And so it definitely could be incorporated into a green look, but when I had it on my eye, it read a lot more of that beautiful, beautiful rusty color, but just not so much green. So let's go ahead and do Under the Tree. So there you have that beautiful dark green shade that I definitely think could be incorporated into a St. Patrick's Day look, but it is just also that beautiful matte green. So there you have the Give Me Glow Christmas Morning palette. We have Gifts Galore and Under the Tree. Next, we're going to move on to the Glamlite Ice Cream Dream palette. And here you can see we've got a couple different greens, actually a few different greens depending on what you want to go with. This green tea is definitely a greenish blue. It's green, but it's a green blue, and I don't necessarily feel like it's the most St. Patrick's Day green, but we'll swatch it. Then we've got the Mint Chocolate, which it is a mint green, but it's really also could be mistaken for blue. The Birthday Cake, which I think is such a strange name for this green color. Who has green birthday cake? Anyway, we've got the Birthday Cake green, and then the Pistachio, which is the perfect name for that pistachio green right there. So let's swatch these three. We'll start with Green Tea. There's that Green Tea. We'll go Mint Chocolate. So you can see that green tea is kind of like a teal, more of a teal color. That Mint Chocolate to me, it reads pretty blue, really. Let's do that Birthday Cake. Ooh, that's pretty. Okay, that one I'm excited about. Oops, I didn't even get on camera. Let's try that again. That's really pretty. I like that Birthday Cake one. And last but not least, let's do the Pistachio. Right, and there's that Pistachio. That one works for green as well. I think that's a good one. So here we have, out of the Glamlite palette, the Green Tea, the Mint Chocolate, which I would not probably use as a green. We have the beautiful Birthday Cake there, and then also that nice green Pistachio. Next we have the Ace Beaute Slice of Paradise palette. So we've got these two beautiful greens in here. This is a brand new palette to me, so I haven't swatched or tried these at all. We've got this green shimmer Fruit Dove and this matte green Kiwi. So let's swatch these. There's the Fruit Dove. Not completely dissimilar from that birthday cake. It's beautiful. I like both of those. Now let's go for that matte Kiwi. Oh, that's green, and that is like, that's like the epitome of St. Patrick's Day color right there. So I feel like we may have to go with this palette. So there you have the Fruit Dove and the Kiwi from the Ace Beaute Slice of Paradise palette. Okay, I'm going to try to swatch on the other arm now because we're kind of out of room on the first arm. Now we have moved on to the Danessa Myricks. This is the Lightwork Volume 4 palette. And these are some beautiful shadows in here. We do have quite a bit of green in here. We've got Sixth Sense, Out of Body, and this Awakening color is like a green purple shift, and it definitely appears pretty green on the eye. So, and of course we've got this green Escapism. Being that these are multi-chromes, it's always interesting to swatch and see what they actually look like. Just kind of like this one here, that you get multi-colors on the eye. So we're gonna go ahead and swatch those and see what they look like when they are swatched. We're gonna start with Sixth Sense. Kind of has a golden and brown shift to it. It's so stunning. All of these Danessa Myricks eyeshadows are just next level stunning, and they swatch and apply so smoothly and easily. I just love these. So that's Sixth Sense. We'll go on to Out of Body. Oh yeah, look how gorgeous that is. That one has like a really like a minimal black shift to it, but it's stunning. That's another winner. Let's do Awakening. And see if you can see on my finger, this one has like, it really has a purple shift to it too. So depending on the light, you get different colors with this one. Like, we have sat around the dinner table and I sit across from my husband and my two kids sit on either side, and we spend part of the dinner conversation kind of debating on what color eyeshadow I'm actually wearing. It's quite fun. So this is like mermaid vibes to me. It's not really St. Patrick's Day, but this is like an incredibly stunning eyeshadow, but you can really see it's got like purpley blue shifts to it. So again, probably not a choice for St. Patrick's Day, but just an all-around stunning shadow. And last we'll go into Escapism. Ooh, look at that. Oh yeah, another winner there. So that one's like a green, yellow, and then it almost has a little bit of a blue shift to it too. So those are all completely stunning. I think for St. Patrick's Day I would go with either Out of Body or Escapism. And the first one, so we've got Sixth Sense, Out of Body, Awakening, and Escapism from the Danessa Myricks Lightwork Volume 4 palette. This palette is incredible, I just have to say. Moving on to the Glamlite Margarita palette. So in here we've got Spicy Jalapeno melon, and Presidente, kind of green. So let's swatch some of these. So I'm starting with the spicy jalapeno. Ooh, that's soft. Oh yeah, that holds up too. You can see it doesn't quite compare to those amazing, you can't see because it's not on camera. You can see it doesn't quite compare to the Danessa Myricks formulation, but it's still really good, and that's another really great one. There is it compared to Birthday Cake on this arm. This is the Birthday Cake. Again, not totally dissimilar, but this one does read more green. Let's go on to Melon. Again, these mattes are really kind of giving me more bluish vibes. It is green, but it's more of a green blue. So that's Melon. Let's do Presidente. That looks pretty blue on the finger. Beautiful, a beautiful color, beautiful formulation. This Margarita palette is a beautiful formulation, but that one's just a little too blue. And you can kind of use that melon color with it, but it reads a little blue to me too. And last but definitely not least, we have another Ace Beaute palette, and this is the Plaetteopoly palette. I do have a video on this. This is a game. You can get the palette by itself, but there is a fun game you can play with it, so I'll link that video if you're interested in checking out how you play the game. But today, we're just looking for the greens. So we've definitely got greens over here. We've got Slime and Ninja Turtle. The scrunchie looking pretty yellow, so I think we'll do Slime and Ninja Turtle. And this dark grungy green actually it's kind of a brown too. Let's see how that one swatches. So we'll start with Slime. Ooh, that's a good one too. Another great formulation. I'd say it's somewhat comparable to the Glamlite ones. Really pretty. It's kind of an olivey green, and I like that a lot. Let's do Ninja Turtle next. I love the Ace Beaute mattes. They have a great matte formulation. That's a good one too. A little messy, but look at that great pigment on that one. So that could definitely work too. And let's do the grungy. It's pretty brown, but it could definitely work as kind of a complement, maybe a crease or darkening shade to go with some of those other ones that's grungy down here. So we've got Slime, Ninja Turtle, and grungy from the Ace Beaute Plaetteopoly palette. I do have one Adept Cosmetics. This is AC19, I believe, or ACI 9. This is, I believe it's ACI 9. And this is from the Adept Cosmetics Plain Jane palette. And I really love the formulation of these eyeshadows. They're wonderful. The one thing I will say is the duochromes, I kind of never know what I'm going to get as an eye look based off of the pan. So I really do like to swatch these before using them. So let's try this one as well. We'll do one last one right here. That one's a little more golden. It's a beautiful shade. I probably wouldn't pick it for this particular look, but overall it's a beautiful shade. It's a little more golden with a brown reflect to it. So there we have it. Every single green eyeshadow I have in my collection, and some that are not that green. So what do we think? Which ones would we be using for St. Patrick's Day? I definitely love this one from the Christmas Morning palette from Give Me Glow. These two, actually all four of these. We've got two here from the Glamlite Ice Cream palette. These are pretty similar, so I would rule this one out. So we've got these two here from the Ace Beaute Slice of Paradise palette. I think I'd reach for that first to start the look, and then add some other colors. So I think I would start there. And then also I feel like just because the colors are so stunning, I got to throw in a little Danessa Myricks, one of these two over here. And then we got the Danessa Myricks palette. And then maybe, just maybe add in, well, those are really different shades. So I feel like we'd have to go with some Danessa Myricks over here just to kind of amp up that look. These over here are all beautiful. They're a little more cool tone, a little more muted. I think I would play in this color family today. Let me know in the comments below what you would vote for though. I've grabbed both the Ace Beaute Slice of Paradise palette and the Danessa Myricks Lightwork Volume 4 palette. I brought those over to go ahead and get started on our St. Patrick's Day green inspired look. So we're just gonna go ahead and get started and play around and see what we come up with. Because I already had my base makeup on today, and I noticed a lot of these greens kind of had some fallout, and also the green, it was quite pigmented and stained a little bit. So I know I'll probably have to clean up around my eyes, but I also brought out my Alexis Vogel. This is called a shadow chamois. This is not the original shadow chamois. I had one of those and it sadly disintegrated after many years of using it. So I don't know that these are available anymore, but it's just like a little, this is like a little piece of velvet. The first one was barely more than like a Kleenex type of fabric, and it was just like a little triangle. But you can see that it has like these different career eye, cat eye, natural eye, smoky eye, and their little placement marks on where you place them. But basically you could do this, like I've done it with a business card, with a Kleenex, any sort of thing that you have laying around, you can use to kind of capture the fallout if you don't want it to fall down onto your makeup. So I'm going to go ahead and get this out. I'll see if I use it. I know I don't want to get the green all over, so we'll try that out today. This is something I was such a big fan of, like the Alexis Vogel infomercials. If you remember those, let me know in the comments. I would like stay up late at night to wait and watch the infomercial, and I would watch what was in it, and then I went and I would make my own little makeup kit because it was really expensive and I couldn't afford it. And then many years later, I think it was for my birthday or something, my mom was like, well, I'll pay for part of it if you want to pay for the rest of it. So I did finally get the Alexis Vogel set, which is now out of business, and unfortunately, sadly, Alexis Vogel has passed away as well. But if you remember those infomercials, that was like my first like access to getting some makeup lessons. Like it came with a DVD that you watched and how to do your makeup, and I still have it, and I love it, and I just have like such fun feelings about that. So anyway, she came up with this patented shadow chamois. And I believe the second time around when they came out with these, it was with a different company. The original ones I liked better, but these are a little more durable, but I still liked the first one better. So long story long, let's just get into the video. That's just like a fun little walk down memory lane. So I think to get started, I'm going to go into the matte kiwi color here. I'm going to go into the matte kiwi from the Slice of Paradise palette from Ace Beaute. And in this case, I probably do want my shadow chamois. I'm just going to take kind of a thick pencil style brush to go ahead and place that in the crease. So what you do with the shadow chamois is you use the little mark on it and you choose the different eye. We'll go with natural because it's kind of a cat eye effect too. But you place the little notch on it like kind of at the corner of your eye, but about like a quarter of an inch out, because you don't want it directly on the eye. You want to get some shadow beyond it. And then you place the edge of at the end should be the tip of your eyebrow. So you're going to just kind of get kind of this shape. So this is all it's doing is catching, well, it's helping you shape. It's just like if you see people use tape. If you don't want to use tape, this is another method, but you could also use tape because I already have makeup down. If I put the tape on, it'll pull it up. So I don't really like using tape because I have sensitive skin and sometimes the adhesive can be like bothersome to the skin. So I'm just going to use this. And we're just going to have fun today and play with makeup. So I'm starting with this kiwi color and just placing it in the crease. And I've said this before, but when you are doing your crease like this, especially if you have hooded eyes like I do myself, the more you can do this with your eye open so you can actually see where the color is being placed, the better effect you will get. If you place it just in the crease, especially when your eyes are closed and you have hooded eyes, you open your eyes, you'll notice that the color has all disappeared because it's all just in the crease. So we still want to make sure we kind of can tilt back and get into the crease, but you want to make sure you're actually applying it above the crease as well. And then depending on how much kind of real estate you have and how high you want to go, you can go up to your brow bone or leave yourself a little bit of room, which I'm going to do today. I'm going to leave myself some room for blending and or playing around today because I'm not sure what look I'm going to go for today. So I'm going to go ahead and I want to see that color when my eyes are open, but I also want to leave a little bit of space up there. The other part of the shadow chamois that you do is kind of close your eye and just apply it on the outer corner. That's how you get that outer V shape that you want. If you close your eye and just blend down towards the lash line, the chamois is going to catch the extra product, and then you're going to have that nice V shape without having to really do any work. It's doing the work for you. So there's that moment of truth. You got that nice winged effect, that nice cat eye effect, and none of the fallout. See how nice and clean that is? So now we're going to just switch and do it on the other eye. All right, and there we have two eyes done. You can see on this one, I did get a little green on the bottom. I'm just going to wipe that up. And I am probably going to come back in and do kind of go under the under eye as well, the lower lash line. So if it's not all gone, that's okay. The other way I would clean it up would be just to use some concealer and clean that up, which we might do at the very end after we have all the color on. So next, I'm just going to take a flat shader brush. I'm just going to take this flat shader brush into the color Fruit Dove, which is that other green, but this is the nice shimmer shade. And I'm going to put that in towards the inner corner. Just moving to the other eye. I got that a little farther down on the inner corner than I want to, so I'm just going to clean that up with a concealer brush. Now, like I said, I did really want to dip into this Danessa Myricks one and use some of that, so I'm going to go with the Sixth Sense color here, and I'm going to apply that in the center of the lid. And I'm going to use that same flat shader brush. And I just want to blend these two shades together. I feel like it's giving kind of dragon scale vibes. All right, I'm going to do that on the other side, and then I think I'll maybe come back in with some brown or some other colors just to give it some more dimension or something. Okay, again, just blending these two shades together. I'm going to take some of the kiwi on my pencil brush again and go back in underneath the lash line. All right, so we've got lots and lots of green going on. I'd like to add just a little bit of like a dark brown for dimension. So let me grab a different palette real quick. Okay, so I'm reaching for the Ace Beaute Plaetteopoly palette and that grungy shadow that I swatched earlier, that kind of is that dark brown with a little bit of like a dirty olive green slightly. And I'm just going to take a small blending brush. This is the Morphe M506. And I just want to put a little bit towards the outer corner. And then I'm going to blend out just the edges a little bit. And I'm going to take a little bit on the lower lash line, just on the outside of the lower lash line as well. And then I'm just going to take a big fluffy blending brush that has no product on it. This is a Morphe M330 brush, and I'm going to blend out all of the edges. All right, so I feel like the brown just added a tiny bit more dimension to the all green, and I think it just needed a little bit something. Even though all of the colors were very beautiful, it was just feeling a little too monochromatic. So now I'm just gonna go and add some liner and mascara, and I will be back with the finished look. And I'm back with the final look. I don't think anybody will be pinching me this St. Patrick's Day. What do you think? I really do like how the final look turned out. I think it's fun and beautiful. I just love these Danessa Myricks shadows and the Ace Beaute shadows as well. And I don't typically opt for green, but I do think green with brown or hazel eyes is such a great combination, so it's fun to wear. You obviously don't have to wear this just for St. Patrick's Day, but I thought it was a fun inspiration and a good challenge to get me to try a new color and realize that I really do like it. So for the liner, I just went with the Pacifica. This is the waterproof jet black eyeliner in the wooden pencil. I have that, and also I used the highly rated anti-gravity mascara from Milani for the lashes. So again, that makes everything that we use today cruelty-free and vegan. That'll do it for Unfiltered Makeup today. I'm Anne-Marie. I so appreciate you hanging out with me as I swatched every single one of my green eyeshadows and figured out a St. Patrick's Day look. If you liked it, please do give the video a thumbs up and please subscribe. I'd love to have you so much. Thank you again for watching. I will be back next week, and until then, take care of yourself.